Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be when you know what to do and you don't do it. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So what this means is, let's give you some examples. Let's say you're in college and you're studying for a test and you need to get the A on the test to pass the course, as an example, and you don't study that well. In other words, you know what to do and you decided not to do it. Perhaps you prioritized something else for this period of time and maybe you didn't pass the test. My hope is you did pass the test, but that's an example. Another example would be you are on the freeway driving. You're looking at the electric or the gas gauge, whatever consumes, whatever your car takes these days, and it's getting low. It's getting lower and you're like, ooh, the next town is 20 miles away. What should I do? I'm not sure if I can make it. And you push it and boom, you run out of power. You knew what to do. You knew you should have pulled over and gotten some electricity or gas, but you decided not to. These are two examples. Another example would be, very simply, you are, again, let's say that you are going to the store. No, sorry, let's say you're shopping and your credit card has $100 available on it. And you see some extra items that you want to buy because you got excited. You wanted that dopamine rush and you put an extra $100 in your cart. And boom, oh my gosh, the credit card was approved. You went over the limit, but now you have $200 worth of merchandise coming instead of one. And yes, you got this huge rush of purchasing and the merchandise gets there in a few days and you're happy. But then what happens when the credit card bill arrives? That's right. It's a big, no, I shouldn't have done that. Now you have to pay extra fees and on and on and on. So the point there is knowing what to do. When you know what to do and you don't do it. Those are just a few examples. Now, let's equate this in the narcissistic relationship. Many times in the narcissistic relationship, you're put in this exact situation. And you know what to do, and you decide not to do it. Example, in the beginning of the relationship, when you are being love bombed or you're entering the euphoric stage, you know something is off. But the ride is so fantastic and amazing, you don't want it to end. And you know that something's letting you know that your intuition and or instincts are kicking in and you're seeing red flags, but what are you doing? You're carrying on because you want to ignore those things because the euphoric stage is just too good to pass up. Again, you knew what to do, but you didn't do it. In other words, perhaps you should have slowed down. Perhaps you should have questioned, is this too good to be true? What's going on here? Now you have the education. Now you're becoming awakened and aware and you're understanding that in fact, yes, you should have paused and slowed down the relationship. But the point is, you're a human being. And most likely you did not know about narcissism. Certainly you did not think that narcissism would affect you for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship that you were in. Another example would be when you are in the relationship with the narcissist during the devaluation stage, or it could be any period, but all of a sudden, like I mentioned in the first example, during the first examples, you find yourself paying for more than your fair share. Example, maybe you moved in with the narcissist and rent is $1,000. Well, they're claiming they don't have money, so you have to pay for it all while they are just consuming your financial resources. But you turn a blind eye, you look the other way, you turn the cheek because why? Because, again, you didn't realize that you were in a relationship with a narcissist or a toxic individual. These are examples, and the list goes on and on. Other examples when you're in the relationship, when you are being gaslit. In other words, the narcissist is making you question your sense of reality. And you're like, no, that's not true. We were at that restaurant. I know it was. I know we were there because I remember. And they're like, no, we weren't. What are you talking about? We've never been there. And then you're like, yeah, maybe you're right. See, this is exactly how they want you. They want you spinning around in the state of confusion in the narcissistic fog. So you don't believe yourself. That's another example. What you could have done is said, no, we were there. I have the receipt to prove it. I can show it to you. Would that have done any good in retrospect? No, it wouldn't. It just would have given the narcissist supply, but we didn't know then what we know now. So other examples would be post-narcissistic relationship. And this is very important for those of you who have not healed fully or have not completely blocked the narcissist, gone no contact, removed all flying monkeys and people associated with the narcissist. This part's for you. You get a text. It's from whom? That's right, the narcissist. Remember, this is post-narcissistic relationship. You get a phantom text out of the blue and it says, hi, or how are you? Or I was thinking about you, or whatever it is. And you're like, oh my gosh, like really? And maybe you get triggered. Maybe it sets you backwards because You knew you should have blocked them, but yet you didn't do it because you thought you were strong enough. Get my point? Other examples along those lines are if you did not block them on social media and you're still peeking at the narcissist's social media. Let's think about this. Let's really dig into this for a moment. When you peek at their social media, do you think they know you're doing that? Actually, I do. I really do. And I'll tell you why in a moment. But the second thing is, does that actually help you out when you're peeking at their social media? It does not. What it does is it keeps you trapped in a certain position and not allowing you to move forward and to heal properly from the narcissistic relationship. And going back to why I said, do I think that they know you're peeking? Of course they do. The reason why is because you haven't blocked them. Remember, when you block the narcissist on all social media platforms, your smartphone, every way possible, that sends a clear, succinct message to them that you're onto them. You want nothing to do with them. You're moving forward. You're living your best life. Perhaps you're still healing. I get it. But the point is you don't want any contact with them. And that is a loud message. That's why when you don't block them or you are peeking at their social media, they do know it. Now, are they watching you watch them? I doubt it, but maybe. But at the second time, they know that if you haven't blocked them, that you're still in the web. Maybe you're not as deep in the web as you used to be, but you still have a toe in there. And as long as that toe is in there, believe me, they will keep changing their profile pictures. They will keep texting. They will keep changing their WhatsApp status, things like this. And all that is meant to do is to keep you in the fog, confused, wondering when you're going to get out of this situation, when you're going to actually move forward. And the narcissist knows this. Yes, they do. So when you know what to do and you don't do it, there are massive lists on this. I mean, these lists are countless. A small example, not with the narcissist. It's the winter, which is coming up for you people in the States, and it snows, and you don't shovel the driveway. Why? Because you don't feel like doing it, let's say, and you don't want to pay anyone to do it. Okay, well, the next day, what happens? An ice storm happens, or it rains or sleets, and now your driveway is a sheet of ice, and you have to get to your car. Is that going to be a pleasant experience? No. What was the wise move? The wise move was to shovel the driveway or have someone do it and pay them and put salt on the ground. That way, the next day, the ice wouldn't be there, and you could actually get out to your car easily. See, another message for this is why put off anything until tomorrow that you can do today? Think about that for a minute. You're in control of your life. You're in charge of your destiny. You're in charge of your path. And if you came out of the narcissistic relationship, let's be real, you lost your sense of self. You lost your identity. I am certain you lost your resources for a period of time, but now you're getting stronger. You're healing. You're moving forward. You're becoming awakened and aware. And you need to understand that if you don't insulate and protect yourself, no one's going to do it for you. And there are many more narcissists on this planet than the person or people you are currently thinking about. Now, having said that, there are so many reasons post-narcissistic relationship that you know what to do, but yet you don't do it. And again, I get it. We're all on the same healing path, taking different footsteps, headed in the same direction. I understand that. And different people are stronger in different capacities than others. That's another important message. Know your weaknesses, know your strengths. If for example, let's say, going with the thumbnail, let's say that you know that you shouldn't attend an event this weekend because perhaps the narcissist would be there. But you're like, no, I'm strong enough, I can do it. And you attend, and lo and behold, there's the narcissist, and it sets you back. Well, should you have done that? I don't think so. Now, let's say there's an event, same thing, it's the weekend, there's an event going on, but it's in a different town, and there's no chance the narcissist will be there. Should you attend that? Sure, if you're strong enough. That's called knowing your boundaries and minimizing and or limiting your exposure to the narcissist. You see, you are in control. You've always had the power. You just lost it for a period of time when you were in the relationship with the narcissist. But my hope is now you're getting the wisdom and you are using your new boundaries and your newfound superpower, which is the education on the narcissistic abusive cycle, and you're insulating, protecting yourself. There are so many times when you know what to do, but you don't do it. There are so many. Another example is you're talking with a friend, and this friend, whether they're a narcissist or not, that's not the point, but the friend, you are always there for them. You're always helping them out. You're dropping whatever you need to do at a moment's notice to be there for them. But when it's your turn to get help, which is very rare because I'm certain you don't ask for help as often as you should, it's part of being an empath. But the point is, when it's your turn, they're nowhere to be found. And what happens then? Well, you continue to give and contribute to the betterment of this individual to the detriment of yourself because they weren't there to help you out. Play that again. There are so many examples here, not just in the narcissistic abusive cycle, but in life in general. Another example, watch this one. You're with the kids you can do one of two things. One, it's a Saturday, by the way, or a Sunday, whatever, it's the weekend. You're with the kids. You can actually spend quality time with the kids, put your smartphone down and enjoy your time with the kids, or the nieces or nephews or the grandkids, whoever they are. Or you can go sunbathe all day, or you can watch YouTube videos or Netflix videos, whatever you want. Well, what are you gonna do? I'll tell you right now, it's a no-brainer. You spend time with the kids. You make memories, you create memories, you share your experience, your wisdom, and your beauty with the kids. That's what you do. Why? Because YouTube and Netflix is always gonna be around. You don't have to do things like that. In other words, learn how to prioritize your time. Another example, anybody who it is, anyone, a complete stranger, someone who you just met recently, they're asking for you to spend time with them. I'm not saying romantic relationship, I'm saying they just want to be friends, whatever. Well, maybe the old version of you would have said, sure, no problem, let's do it. But now the new version of you, let's slow down here, let's pause. Let's think, do I need more friends? Do I want more friends? Can I accommodate more friends? Is my cup full? If I befriend this person, am I doing it because they asked me to or because I want to? You see, there are so many different layers of this, but at the end of the day, what you need to do is you need to understand you are the priority, that you come first, second, and third. And many times when you know what to do, but you don't do it, it doesn't benefit you. In other words, do what you can do today and don't put it off till tomorrow. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware and understand that you are beautiful, you are amazing, and you are loved. Believe in yourself. There are times that few people will believe in you. That's when you need to believe in yourself. And if this is one of those times, God bless you. Big virtual hug for you. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love you. Have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye, you guys. Good night.